What's going on, guys? Mitch here, and today we're taking a look at a couple bags of coffee from my friends over at Pink Weasel Coffee Company. Now, if you haven't heard of these guys, you aren't alone, because I hadn't either until an actual friend of mine, Ben, out of Calgary, turned me on to these guys. Now, fun fact, I have known the owner of Pink Weasel, or one of them, for almost 20 years. And, starting back to my days of being a kid in high school, Kurt was one of the guys at the local bike shop in Calgary. And I think he was doing sales or service or a combination of the two at the time. And he had moved on to, Spandex Panda stuff, which is a clothing line for cycling. He went into British Columbia, did a bunch of tours, some winery stuff. Anyway, thoroughly ingrained in the culture of cycling at its core. And his new adventure, or I guess him and, I don't know if he has partners or what the deal is. I actually don't know if he knows I'm even making this video. But, he's got into the coffee business. So, as you guys know, I'm a big coffee guy. And I may as well do a quick chat about a video, or a quick chat about Pink Weasel, and talk about the coffee, and then what I'll probably do is at the end maybe brew up a batch and give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, etc. But knowing Kurt, I'm sure it's going to be terrific coffee. He's a cyclist and it's his passion. And as you guys know, when you're a cyclist and you have a passion for that, you tend to do really well in a lot of other things, especially coffee. We love it. So I'll walk through the first two bags here. And I've got a couple other samples here, but the first up, Smarty Pants. Actually, you know what? Let's do this one first, because it makes a little more sense going in this order. But this one's called Espresso without the X. So a lot of people call it, obviously, Espresso. And I'll read you kind of their description on it here, and then we'll kind of just talk about that. I'm assuming this is kind of, it's kind of their standard. So here we go. Bold, rich, and falls into the classic European cafe mouthful. Dark chocolate, smoky cinnamon, toasted almond. This coffee makes for great espresso or bold drip style coffee. If you're a fan of peaty whiskey, bold red wine, or hopped up beers, this will hit your flavor profile perfectly. So obviously a fan of all that and more. So I'm assuming this should be like their classic, super flavorful espresso. So pretty cool. And then Smarty Pants is their other espresso bean, and this one says a blend designed like that of a French cafe or even in a French press pulls a great espresso shot, and if you have a siphon, it's a treat. It's got a little kick to it. Think of roasted hazelnuts and walnuts sitting next to an open fire. It's a blanket of comfort you'll want to enjoy. So lots of different flavor profiles. I'll obviously do one bag at a time. I'm not going to open them and risk kind of letting it spoil, because once you open it, I think you have 21 days, 3 weeks, to enjoy it. So that's kind of the two that I'm going to be trying out. And I have another couple samples here. Also, let's see, BOT and V-neck, which I think are more kind of classic, like drip coffee. So obviously very good. And maybe I don't even know if I have a drip coffee going. I could probably pull it. I'd probably do just fine, or maybe I'll actually donate these to a couple friends who drink a lot of coffee and would probably appreciate a little treat. But certainly not Rob, because Rob can go somewhere. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and probably, what do you think? Should I go Smarty Pants or Espresso without the X? They're both April 16th, 2024 polls, I guess. So I'm only going to open one because I don't want it to go bad. So I'm thinking probably start with the Espresso without the X. Dark, bold cup of phonics done in an Italian accent. So that sounds like me, big Italiano boy right here. And I think I'm going to go brew one up, try it out. And I'll have to hit you on a story and let you know how it is, because I don't film things outside of my little studio here because it makes it look a little bad. So that's it for now, guys. As you know, I love cycling, love all that stuff. And this isn't my traditional style video talking about coffee beans. It's not my expertise, so I don't want to pretend that I do know what I'm talking about. Which, when I do know what I'm talking about, it already sounds enough like I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to stay in my lane on these guys, but I love coffee. I love the guys that are making this coffee because they're cyclists themselves and a big part of the community in British Columbia and Alberta, leading bike tours kind of all over the place. And you know, you got to support the guys who are supporting you. And Pink Weasel, great name. And you know, they're just starting out, so pick up a bag on their website. I'll throw the website below. And I think bags start around $15, which is pretty darn good for small batch roasted coffee in Canada. So there you go. All right, guys. Appreciate you stopping by, taking a look at my 2 bags of coffee. And until next time, see ya.